Friday, December 8th. Let's talk about he's not a judge, Roy Moore. We've talked about Roy Moore before, and while I'm saying that, let's remember to subscribe because you can go right into our backlog and see what we've talked about with Roy Moore. We're staying straight with him. We're not changing. We don't like him. We're going to talk about it more here, but please feel free to subscribe, share us, comment, do whatever. Please put us out there. We are not afraid to say it like it is. We're not owned by the Republicans or the Democrats. But he is not a judge, Roy Moore. Why isn't he a judge? Let's talk about Roy Moore. Roy Moore was appointed or elected to be a judge twice, and both times he got thrown out because he refused to follow the law. You want to go out, you want to object, you want to do things, and don't be a judge and swear to follow the law and to sustain the law. He went out there, put the Ten Commandments on the front. Then don't be a judge. Go out, put the Ten Commandments in, be willing to go to jail and fight for your right. But don't be a judge and say you're going to support the Constitution and then ignore the First Amendment. He's not a judge because he got pulled out twice. The other time was because he refused to okay homosexual marriages. Look, whether you believe in him or not, the law is the law. If you don't want to follow the law, then don't be a judge. Go out and object. Be like the people who are real objectors or conscientious objectors or protesters and be willing to go to jail. But don't go in there and act like you're something when you're nothing and you're just running in there and ignoring the law. Let's go even further why he doesn't tell the truth. And where he is, he just never tells the truth. Roy Moore talked about he has some morals, some charity that has the name Morals in it. Meanwhile, he denied taking money out of it, but he took money out of it. Wow, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Where I come from, that's a lot of money. He's been accused of sexual offensive, sexual harassment from somebody who's 14 years old and those who are older. He denies it. Okay, well, let's look at what happens. The young person, who's now, of course, a grown woman, has her yearbook, and he says, well, let me prove to me that your signature is correct. Well, let's see what happens. Next day or next week, another woman comes up who has accused him of it and has a card that he sent her a card. He's not denying that, is it? And is he? And then here's the guy who said originally, well, he may have known all these people and dealt with them, but asked their mothers for permission to. I don't know him, but he's obviously lying because not only do you have the yearbook, you've got the card that he mailed to this woman who says that he wouldn't leave her alone. Next. What good is it right for a 32 or 34-year-old to be going after a 14-year-old or a 16-year-old or even an 18-year-old? If this was your child, how would you feel? Not only that, he keeps lying because let's keep going through this. He doesn't know anybody, but they all prove that they know him. He doesn't take money from his charity, but it's been proven he's taken hundreds of thousands, almost $1 million out of charity. And what I love the best is the people surrounding him are all carpetbaggers. All you hear is Alabama, stand up for Alabama. Really? His a press person is from outside Alabama. She's a carpetbagger. She's sitting there going, hey, Alabama, vote for Alabama, protect Alabama. But you're not from Alabama, lady. You're no different than anybody else. Why doesn't Roy Moore think that there are talented enough people in Alabama to run his campaign? But no, he's got to surround himself with people, carpetbaggers from outside Alabama, and then say he's the man from Alabama. And the best part about this is he takes these lies, and they're obvious lies, apparent lies, let's put it that way. He takes all this other stuff that he's not telling the truth on. I believe he also said once that he believes the First Amendment only applies to Christian religion because that's all the founders knew. Well, if that's true, then it should only apply to muskets, right? So we have a guy who does that and then wraps all this junk up in the Word of God and says, I'm a believer in God. I'm a man of God. I love these people who come in and say they're a man or a woman of God, like God talks to them. Does God say it's okay to lie? Does God say it's okay to go after kids who are half your age or 14 years old? Does God say it's okay to take money from your charity but not admit you're taking that money? Does God say it's okay to wrap yourself in God as you keep lying? Or apparently lying? No. And then take your carpetbaggers and talk like you're a real Alabama son, a son of Alabama, but yet you surround yourself with people from outside Alabama. I really hope the Alabama people stand up and do not put this guy in office. Because let me tell you something. If he does, he's going to be, if they put Roy Moore in, he's going to be the guy who's going to become the poster child for the Republicans. And they're not going to be happy. They may not be able to go after the president for this, but they're going to go after him. And there's going to be issues over the years as it goes on. It's going to be really interesting as he keeps trying to wrap himself in his God and more people look into him and see what a liar he is. Then the Republicans are going to have a real problem. So, hey, the Democrats, I think, win either way. If Moore loses, the nation wins, and Alabama wins. If Moore wins, the Democrats win. And in the long run, maybe the nation wins, because we can expose people like this, frauds, who say they talk in the name of God. This country's gone through this for a long time. We'll make it happen. We'll always pull it out. Please subscribe, comment. I don't care if you disagree. Come on, I'll come back at you. Share us. Put it out there. This is the great stuff. Peace.